British pensioner, 83, who shot to fame after marrying 37-year-old Egyptian toy boy, they misspelled boy toy, slams him as a selfish money grabber 3 years after marrying him. This surprises you, I see. Okay, interesting. Why did you think? Do you think he was marrying you for your personality? Like what? What? Your body? You think that was it? You think it was your body that he wanted? Now this is perfectly normal with whammons, but apparently when men do it, it's a problem, huh? An 83-year-old whammons who shot to fame after marrying her Egyptian boy toy lover more than half her age has slammed him as a selfish money grabber. No. Iris Jones, 83, tied the knot with Mohammed Ibrahim, 37, in June of current year -3, and assured critics who included her family insisted their relationship would last. Well, I mean, if it lasted 3 years, that's longer than some marriages I've known. So I guess good job. Better than expected. But 3 months ago, it emerged that she has thrown him out of her home near Weston-super-Mare and replaced him in her affections with her cat, Mr. Tibbs. All right, yep, got to go full crazy cat lady now. Why the hell not? And on a post in her Facebook page, Iris, who once boasted of the great sex the couple had, said, "I wish to tell you all the truth about the relationship between Muhammad and myself from the day he first messaged me until now. On June 25th, current year -4, I received a message from Muhammad and we became friends on Messenger." Messenger. I wonder how he found her info. Yeah, very interesting. He seemed like a nice bloke, and right from the start that he was forced into a marriage and that as a result, 4 children were born. He was going through a divorce and felt like I was the person who could understand and that he could talk to. So some rich retired old whammons just out of the blue gets a text message from a random stranger. "Oh, you're the only one I can talk to about this." Nothing suspicious going on here at all. He sent me photos of himself and I told him, "You will soon find someone else, a good-looking chap like yourself." I told him about myself, an old biddy pushing 79 years with 2 grown-up sons, older than him, both married and living not far from me. Our messages to one another continued. I began to realize he was getting to be more loving, and on July 10th, current year -4, he proposed marriage. Wait. When did they their first interaction was June 25th. Then like 15 days later, on July 10th, he's proposing. Nothing suspicious going on here at all. This is just true love. This was obviously love at first sight. So he'd never seen what I looked like, and my first reaction was, "No, you are bloody mad." But the love bombing continued, and in November, current year -4, I flew to Cairo and met him. I had taken several £1,000s with me, and I paid all his debts as he had been borrowing on his credit card. This is so similar to the story from last week, isn't it? Totally not a scam. We had a wonderful time, and I stayed for a month. We tried to get married, but didn't have the correct documents. Iris then went on to describe how an official at the British Embassy in Cairo called John Neal warned her, "Don't give him any money." Yeah, dude, this happens all the time. Because I know that there's going to be people like, "Oh, these poor innocent victims were scammed." Everyone around them was warning them about this. They were being warned about it, and they chose not to listen. Sadly, Iris failed to listen to his advice and wrote how the next time she went to visit Muhammad, she took £15,000 and handed it to him. By now, Corona Chan had hit, and attempts to get married were thwarted by the pandemic. But on her 3rd trip in current year -3, they did tie the knot. Iris said, "I had £40,000 in my bank account and handed over my bank card to Muhammad every day. We were drawing 1,000 Egyptian pounds daily. So this was to pay for living expenses, eating out, a honeymoon in Sharm el Sheikh, and generally enjoying the high life." After 3 months in Egypt, Iris returned to the Erstepon, and after she left Cairo, she wrote how Muhammad had told her, "Check your bank account when you get back to Heathrow. I think you will have about 9 grand in there." Furious, Iris stormed. He was absolutely correct. £9,000 left out of the 40,000. Muhammad never had a job and has never had any money. I used to say to people no, that we shared expenses, but my money paid for everything. Well, isn't this how it works? Like the opposite of this, rather, in the usual relationship, the man makes all the money, and yet it's our money. We share expenses. It's not that when it's the other way around, though, is it? No, Ayers added that how even back in Airstrip 1, Muhammad would ask for money and she sent him another 14,000. In November of -2, Muhammad obtained a spousal visa and was able to travel to Airstrip 1, where he was allowed to stay for 2 years pending review in 2 months' time. To satisfy the Home Office, Ayers paid money into his account so they wouldn't look as if he was sponging off the state. Now, he's only sponging off of his sugar mama, that's all. As long as she's not sponging off the state. But even after getting a job at a local supermarket, Iris wrote about how he would still keep asking for money, and so much so that she gave him another 26,000 pounds. Oh my God! Imagine just being given all this money. Iris said, "I told him no more money. If I dropped dead tomorrow, I wouldn't have enough to bury me." She went on. He did say that at that stage he needed another 40,000 pounds. Well, you will have to whistle for it because I haven't got it. Iris added the relationship then started to deteriorate with numerous rows or fights, especially after Muhammad learned he would not be inheriting her seaside bungalow. Like, why do you think I put up with having sex with your old ass? What is that? Man. Muhammad offered to give Iris the names of Whammons who were coming on to him if she changed her will, and tellingly on her post she wrote, "This occurred to me that maybe that's why he married me." And it's not like you weren't being warned by everyone around you or anything. Iris ended her lengthy post by saying, "There's much more I can say at this juncture, but it could involve legal issues." So from Muhammad's behavior, I learned that he was displaying many of the traits of narcissism. I researched the condition thoroughly, or as I wanted to save my marriage, but Muhammad wouldn't listen. He was always right. I was always wrong. On June 13th of this year, yet another vitriolic fight. I told him to go. It was one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make, as my love for Muhammad was genuine, but it was no good pretending that things would improve. I let my head rule my heart. Don't you mean the other way around? Let your heart rule your head? So there's so much more I could say at this point, but that would be for another post. Man, I wonder what the update's going to be. Watch, he sues her for all of her shit and wins. I would not be surprised. This is Airstrip 1. And last I checked, Muslims are higher on the regressive stack than white women. So there's a distinct possibility that this can happen.